This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening and welcome to the May 27th, 2021 meeting of the Yorktown Zoning Board of Appeals. My name is Gordon Fine. I chair the board. Joining me tonight are board members William Gregory and Robert Fahey, our recording secretary Glenda Daly, and our special counsel Adam Rodriguez. What we need to do first is I'm going to read a few items regarding how the Zoom meeting works. The meeting is broadcast live on town cable TV channels. If you would like to join and participate in this Zoom meeting, click the registration link on the town's website calendar page for this meeting. All meeting participants will remain without video and on mute until their item is called in order to simplify the view on the screen. Those joining by computer can use the chat function in Zoom to contact the meeting host, Robin, if needed. If you're a member of the public and would like to speak during the public comment portion of an application, please raise your hand by clicking the raised hand button at the bottom of the participants list or send a chat message to the host. You may request to speak or have the host read your comments or questions. Please do not speak until invited to do so by the chairman or host, and identify yourself by stating your name for the record. If you're joining the Zoom by phone only, all phone calls will remain on mute in order to minimize background noise. Press *9 to raise your hand to the host to indicate you would like to speak. When you are invited to speak, please identify yourself by stating your name for the record. If you're watching this meeting on television and would like to comment on an item, you may call into the Zoom meeting using the phone number and meeting information shown in the host's box on the screen. Remember to tell the host you would like to comment, click the raised hand button on the bottom of the participants list, send the chat message to the host using the chat button on the bottom of the Zoom window, or if you're on the phone, press *9. That being said, the next thing we need to do is set up next month's meeting. So next month's meeting will be held on 24th at 6:30, presumably once again on Zoom until I hear otherwise. If you have to send out mailings for next month's meeting, those mailings must be sent out between June 1st and June 9th. If you send them out before June 1st, after June 9th, we will not be able to open up your hearing next month. In order to determine who you must send your mailings to, you received an instruction packet from the building department. That packet included a form to take to the tax office in town hall. Tell them you're sending out a zoning application. You give them your address. They'll show you the names and addresses of those parties you have to send mailings to. List those names and addresses on that form. When you submit your mailings back to the legal department prior to next month's meeting, remember to submit that form back with it, along with a copy of the notice you sent out. And all mailings must be sent out by first-class mail. They do not have to be sent out by certified mail, but you do need to send it out with the mailing receipt, which is a simple receipt that you get at the post office that says who you mailed it to, and the post office stamps it as to when you mailed it. It only costs about $1 each. So you must return those along with the mailings next month. You also need to post your sign on the property and return to the legal department a sign affidavit, which you would have received, along with a photograph of the sign on the property. Without those items next month, we will not be able to open up your hearing. If we have to do site visits on your property, the board members will do that individually on their own. We do not come out for the time being as a group. We won't go into the homes, but if you have something you're doing outside and you can stake it out, just stake out where the variance you're looking for is needed, so that when they come to look, they could visibly see it. Building department will also do an inspection of your home as well. That's separate from the zoning. Okay, that being said, we'll go on to the minutes from last month's meeting. Everybody was provided with minutes. Any comments, questions? No. Okay, we move that we approve last month's minutes. So I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next advisory thing I'm going to tell everybody is obviously tonight we only have 3 board members present. Usually a full complement is 5. So in any application, in order for it to be granted, all 3 board members have to vote unanimously to agree to grant your application or to deny your application. If less than 3 members vote to approve, it is an automatic denial since you need at least a majority of the board members. So if for any reason you feel you want to wait till next month and hopefully have a full complement of board members, please ask me. We could adjourn your meeting to next month and we can do that. Hopefully we'll have board members present. However, we are prepared to move forward with all the applications tonight. That being said, let's move through the agenda. First, we have new business. O'Neill, application for a special use permit for a renewal of accessory apartment. Anybody present on that? Okay, we're going to handle that administratively, refer to the building department and public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next is short application for a special use permit for renewal of an accessory apartment at 1300 Baldwin Road. Anyone here on that? Okay, we'll handle that administratively and refer that to the building department and public hearing. Any, we have a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ahern, 2103 Laurel Court, application for special use permit for renewal of the accessory apartment. Anyone here on that? Okay, we'll handle that administratively, refer to the building department and public hearing next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abruzzi, 341 Smith Road, application for proposed deck and existing pool with a rear yard setback of 6 feet, a minimum of 10 feet required. Anyone here on that application?
Yes, Gordon, David Tetral.
Okay, David, we'll set that down for a site visit, refer to the building department and public hearing. Any questions before we move on that?
Nope.
Okay, I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Marino, 3716 Oriole Court, application to install a pool in the front yard where 40 feet is required and 13 feet 5 inches is proposed. An existing fence of 6 feet 6 inches is in the front side yard where 4 feet 6 inches is allowed, and a shed 6 foot 6 inches off the property line where 10 is required. Anybody here on that application? Okay, we'll refer that to the building department, put it down for site visit and public hearing next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Distelhurst, 500 York Hill Road. Application for proposed accessory structure with a side yard setback of 10 feet, 10.43 feet, where a minimum of 15 is required, and a combined side yard setback of 30 feet, 30.64 feet, where 40 is required. Anyone here on that application?
Yes,
Okay, what's the accessory structure?
it's a garage. It's a one-bay garage and an office space. It's 22 feet by 30 feet.
Is it attached?
Detached.
Detached. Okay, set this down. Refer to the building department, set it down for site visit and public hearing next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wire, anyone here on that? Wire has two applications, actually, both at 524 York Hill Road. Application for special use permit for proposed accessory apartment on the first floor where it is required to be on the second floor. And application to construct an accessory apartment dwelling with a side yard setback of 5 feet, where a minimum of 15 is required, and a combined side yard setback of 25.69 feet, where a minimum of 40 is required, and to allow the accessory apartment to be on the first floor, where it's required to be on the second floor. Anyone here on those applications? Okay, we'll refer that to the building department, put it down for site visit and public hearing next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to the adjourned agenda, we have Carvalho, which is 1681 Summit Street. That application is being adjourned at the request of the applicants. That'll be adjourned to next month. Next, we have Grace at 959 Hanover Street, also requested by the applicant to adjourn to next month, so we'll adjourn that to next month. Tamburello, anyone here on that? Okay, that's at 3061 Oak Street. That also has been requested by the applicant to be adjourned to next month, so that'll be adjourned as well. Alec Triss.
Yes, good evening, everyone. How are you?
Okay, this is an application to remove the condition in a previous ZBA decision that prohibits the subdivision of this lot. If this is removed, the proposed 3-lot subdivision would be applied for. This property is located in R110 zone. Want to place your name on the record, please?
I'm sorry?
Joel, you want to place the name of the record?
Yes, my name is Joel Greenberg. I'm the architect for the applicant.
Okay, now the way this procedure works in a case like this, we're being asked to basically overturn a previous zoning board decision. Is the first thing the board has to do is vote to reopen the hearing, and that vote has to be unanimous. Joel, as I stated earlier, I don't know if you heard, there's only 3 of us tonight. Do you want us to proceed with this, or do you want to wait till next month?
At this particular point, can we see if you're willing to open public hearing? If not,
Well, if we do a public hearing and we do the public hearing, we may vote on it tonight because anybody comes in next month, they haven't been here for the testimony. So it'll probably be the same people voting.
oh,
Your call.
okay. Huh? What,
Your
my
call.
call? Oh, gosh. Decisions. Okay, so I assume that you were hoping for a full board next month?
I always hope for full board, but it's not my control.
Okay, then I think we should adjourn it then to the next meeting.
So what I'm going to do, since you did your mailings, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to open the hearing so that we don't have to first open it without voting. And
Oh,
then
okay.
next month, the first thing we'll do is vote to see if we want to reopen it.
Is it possible now, I'm not sure if we have that paperwork that's been involved, but is there can we review the prior zoning decision?
We have it.
We have it. All right. I have
We
to go
have
back to my paperwork to see what.
It's in the Dropbox.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to mark it that it's opened, but not voted on yet. Joel, just so you know the procedure, assuming we vote next month to open it up again, the first thing you have to do is basically give us your arguments as to why we should reverse the previous decision.
I understood that. Also, just a curiosity question. Did you get a report from the planning board?
Yes,
Okay, is
it's
it
dated yesterday.
Okay, I never got it, so can you just give me the gist of it?
It's fairly long, so I don't want to
Oh,
start
okay.
reading it.
All right, then
I'm sure you can get it from the legal department.
okay, I can do that.
Okay, so we're going to adjourn. So I have a motion to adjourn this to next month to first vote on whether to reopen. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, see you next month.
Okay, thank you. Have a good holiday and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody here on the Davis application? Okay, if not, we'll move on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, we
Yes,
have
sir.
somebody. Okay. Application for a special use permit for renewal of accessory apartment at 90 Timber Lane Court. Place your name on the record, please.
George Davis.
Okay, let me just check our memos here to see what we have. Renewal. Yeah, this is renewal, so it's I'm just looking for the memos.
Yeah, there is a memo.
Yeah,
There is,
yeah, I'm pulling it up on the Dropbox.
okay. I have it.
Let's see, you want to read it while I'm digging through my file?
Yeah, it's a memo from Joseph Fenatucci, the Assistant Building Inspector. Application for special permit for George Davis. Subject premises was inspected on May 18th, 2021, and no changes have been made to the apartment since the previous approval. The use will continue to be in substantial compliance with applicable building and zoning regulations. The applicant should be advised that a new certificate of occupancy must be issued for continued use of the accessory dwelling.
Okay, so there's been no changes. Anybody in the audience have a comment on this renewal application? No, okay. Back in the meeting here. All right. All right, that being said, I move then that we grant the application for the renewal of the special use permit of the accessory apartment at 90 Timber Lane Court for a period of 3 years. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Anybody here on Watson?
Yes.
Okay, this is Watson, 772 Pines Bridge Road, application to allow addition with a side yard setback of 27 feet 2 inches, where a minimum of 50 is required, and a combined side yard setback of 47 feet 2 inches, where a minimum of 80 is required. Good evening.
Good evening.
Could you give us your name, please?
Susan Watson.
Okay, just run us briefly through your application, what you're planning on doing.
It's a small extension at the back of the house to expand the laundry room.
How many stories is it?
The extension?
Yeah.
Is just a single story.
Okay. Let's pull up what we have here. Did you submit plans to the building department?
I believe the architect did.
Yeah, I think they're in the Dropbox. Okay,
Yes.
there it is. So it's just coming off the back and it's not really a peak roof, it's just kind of a sloped roof, correct?
Correct.
I have the memo.
You always get there first, Billy. I'm scrolling, you go right to the end to see how it turns out.
Just go down to the end.
Yeah, I got it. Memo dated May 20th, the Assistant Building Inspector Joe Venatucci. He has no objections. Anybody in the audience have a comment on this application? Anybody on the board have a comment on the application? Okay, it doesn't appear to be that major of a variance as far as it's not affecting the neighbors per se in any negative way. So it's not going to have a negative impact on the neighborhood or upset the character of the neighborhood. Anybody have a comment on it? No? All right, I would move that we grant the application without an addition with a side yard setback of 27 feet, 2 inches where a minimum of 50 is required, and combined side yard setback of 47 feet, 2 inches where a minimum of 80 is required at 772 Pines Ridge Road with the usual stipulations. This pertains only to the requested variance, not the remainder of the property line. And that the addition be built in substantial conformity with the plan submitted. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Ms. Watson,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Good evening.
Next up is Rodriguez. Anyone here on that?
Yes, Gordon, David Tetro.
Okay, application for a new pool and deck with a front yard setback of 20 feet or minimum of 40 is required, and a side yard setback of 10 feet or minimum of 15 is required, and a combined side yard setback of 35.52 feet or minimum of 40 is required at 2990 Saddle Ridge Drive. Good evening again, Mr. Tetra.
How are you doing?
Good. Want to run us through it?
Yeah, can I get a screen share on this or no?
I would help you if I could, but you got to ask our
Give me one.
person running the meeting.
Come on, Kira, help me out.
I just made you co-host, so I think you should be able to now.
Let's see.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to quickly read the building department memo from Joe Venatucci dated May 20th. He has no objections. No other memos.
Okay. On this application, we have a property that was zoned under a previous zoning application for a 6-foot high fence, and they designated they designated this front yard of the project along Old Yorktown Road, which is sort of the rear of the property. So the homeowner wants to put a above ground pool with an attached deck to it. And theoretically, what is the largest portion of the yard, which you would think is the rear. But like I said, there was a previous zoning application which deemed this to be the front yard. So our application is looking to put the pool and the deck within the front yard and side yard setbacks.
So the pool is going to be facing the road?
Yes, but there's a large fence and actually like a berm that goes down to Old Yorktown Road, so it's fairly private.
Do you have any kind of picture of the property?
You know what? I don't.
I may have it in my Dropbox. Let me take.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's one on the Dropbox that indicates the notice, and that is, in fact, the front yard where the sign is. Quite frankly, from Old Yorktown Road, you will not be able to see the fence, or you will not be able to see the deck or the pool.
Let's take a look.
How am I doing this? New share.
All right, I got the photo.
See it?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So
Okay,
this photo, which shows the sign, the sign notice, that's the front. That's where the pool is going. That side of the house.
Okay, you see the aerial map?
Yes.
Okay, So the sign is along 132 here, practically under these trees. And this is Saddle Ridge Drive over here on the left of the screen. The pool is going kind of in this area here. I think there's one or two trees that were taken down for this, but it's pretty much private. Like as you drive by, there's a fence, there's shrubs, there's a berm that leads up to it. I mean, I had a hard time finding the house when I was on 32 placing the sign.
Okay. Show me that again. Point to where the pool's going on the overhead.
In this area here.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, I did a site visit. It was tough to find it as well.
Yes.
All right. Anybody in the audience have a comment on the application?
So the pool is going to go into this general area right here?
Sorry.
I'm looking, okay, the pool is separate from the house, deck is separate from the house.
Correct.
Okay.
If it was still deemed the rear yard, we would be in compliance with an accessory structure in terms of the setbacks.
Right.
Anybody have a comment on the application, the audience?
No, I don't see anyone.
Okay. Doesn't appear that the requested application would have any negative impact on the neighborhood. I note the house behind that one also has the rear yard, but it's kind of similarly situated. I would move that we grant the application for a new pool and deck with a front yard setback of 20 feet or minimum of 40 is required. Side yard setback of 10 feet or minimum of 15 feet is required. And a combined side yard setback of 35.52 feet or minimum of 40 is required. 2990 Saddle Ridge Drive, with the stipulation this pertains only to the requested variance, not the remainder of the property line, and that it be built in substantial conformity with the plans submitted. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. And last up, we have Graham. Here on that application?
Hi, how are you? This is Phil Graham, the owner, and my architect should be joining in a moment.
All right, I'm going to read it in the meantime, so give him some time, him or her time to join us. There are actually two applications here, both at 2205 Hunterbrook Road. Application for special use permit for an accessory apartment in a separate structure on the property. The following items are applied for in a separate area variance. It will have a proposed floor area for the apartment will be 1,375 square feet, which is 39% of the main house floor area. A maximum of 800 is allowed, except the area shall not exceed 33% of the main house. The proposed accessory apartment will also occupy the first floor. Only the second floor is permitted, and the height of the accessory structure will be 16 feet 2 inches, where a maximum of 15 feet is permitted. And the second application is accessory apartment in a separate structure property, area the same as I just stated. You want to give us your name for the record, please?
Philip Graham.
Who's your architect?
Brian Crowley.
Is he joining us?
He is, you know, he might be running late, so we don't need to wait for him. I don't want to hold up the board's time.
Well, you get the last application, so.
You guys are very quick tonight.
Yeah. So why don't you run us through your application? Tell us what you're planning on doing.
Sure. So we bought the property about just over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. And there was an existing concrete masonry unit structure on the property, a pool house type structure. And we are looking to rehabilitate and slightly expand that structure.
What's that structure now?
Where is it?
What is it?
What is it?
It's an existing, it's a dilapidated building.
Is anything in it?
Nothing.
Okay. And it's one story.
One story, exactly.
So you're not looking to build on that. You're looking just to redesign that, basically.
We're changing the roof line and slightly expanding the footprint of it, but trying to maintain all of the existing structure.
Were there COs on that old building? Do you know, or?
We did deep permit searches with Department of Health, with the building department, obviously, and could not locate them.
What do you know approximately what year it might have been built?
We believe it was the early 60s.
Okay.
What was it built as, do you know?
A pool house.
Okay. Is there still a pool?
There is.
And what's the reason for making the roof height higher?
Architectural preferences. My in-laws are very picky about their style and taste.
So you wanted to match, you wanted to match the house better?
Exactly.
Okay. And I assume this is where you're putting your in-laws?
That's exactly where I'm putting them, yeah.
Okay.
Close to the pool.
We have a memo from the building department dated May 20th. Let's see what he says. He has no objections. That's on that application. I don't know if he has something on the other application as well. Let me take a look. Another memo on the other application that's pending also for the building department, and also no objections. So this new structure is behind the house?
It's
Yeah,
not a new.
It's not a new structure. No.
Well,
It's
the
not-
structure that you're trying to rehabilitate, so I should say.
Correct, yes. It's on the, I suppose it would be the northeast side of the property.
So the reason the reason why it's oversized is because it's an existing building. Is that correct?
Yeah, it already is oversized, but it's the structure of it, just with our architectural plans. We need to slightly expand one end of it, basically the northern end of it.
Is that to fit the roof?
It's not just because of the roof, no, it's because of the footprint to accommodate a bedroom.
Looking to see if there are plans in here somewhere. I think they're
There
right
should
here.
be. I can pull them up if you.
Yeah, I have them. I see them right here. Everybody on the board see the plans?
No.
Yes.
They're in the Dropbox, Bob. So I see a garage here. Is that part of the house or part of the structure?
There is an existing garage in the existing structure that we're looking to keep.
So it's going to be an accessory with a garage.
Yes.
So that would take care of your parking requirement, I assume, for the accessory apartment.
Yeah. We'll also have a driveway. Hopefully.
Did you submit a parking plan? I know that's generally part of the plans or part of the application process for an accessory.
Yeah, I didn't, because we had outlined parking within our plans. We didn't think we needed to submit a separate parking plan because
As long as it's delineated somewhere in here. So I'm just looking for where you have it.
Well, if you look at the survey, you have a driveway,
Right.
which looks like it has the ability to park a couple of cars, and then you have the garage inside the expanded structure. And the ordinance only requires a space and a half for each unit. So it
Right.
looks
You have a full space in the garage anyway.
Yeah.
Say
Looks
that
like-
again, Bill. Say that again. It only
It
requires.
requires a space and a half, Bob.
Okay.
Space and a half per unit is the requirement of the ordinance.
For parking.
And if you look at the survey, it looks like there's more than enough parking for the required cars.
Got it.
Okay. Anybody in the audience have a comment on the application? Hear anybody out there?
I don't see anybody at this time.
I just hear birds.
Sorry.
They're just squawking about the application.
Couple of little crows.
That's my in-laws.
You know this is televised, right? Okay, so do you want us to proceed or you want to wait for your architect to give us his 2 cents?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Anybody on the board have any additional comments?
None.
All right, all that being said, it looks like, how big is the property, by the way?
Nearly 9 acres.
Okay. I mean, based upon the size of the property and what the applicant's looking to do, I don't think that the variance is a major variance. And the reason given for the oversized apartment is not that they're constructing an apartment that size, just happens to be the building that exists already for the most part. So I would move that we grant the application for a special use permit for accessory apartment in a separate structure on the property following those are being applied for. Floor area of apartment is 1375 square feet, which is 39% of the main house floor area. The apartment will also occupy the first floor, only the second floor is permitted. And the roof height will be 16 feet, 2 inches, or a maximum of 15 is permitted. Let's see if that covers. I think that covers both applications. Stipulations. The variance pertains only to the requested variance, not the remainder of the property line, and that the apartment be built in substantial conformity to the plan submitted. And the permit for the accessory apartment is only good for 3 years, then it has to be renewed. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Your in-laws have a home.
Best of luck. Best of luck with that.
That's what I need. Thank you, guys.
I believe, Billy, it's still daylight, so you're okay.
Yes, it is.
Have we set a new record?
I don't think so.
No.
We are pretty darn close.
Close, but no cigar.
I mean, if you had not wasted just a minute, we would have done it in a half an hour.
You're accusing me of waste?
No. Your deliberation. Had you not
Okay.
deliberated for so long, we would have made it.
You just got to find those memos quicker.
That's it.
I got to skip to the end like you read a book.
Yeah.
How's it turn out?
All right, that being said, I move that we adjourn till next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Happy zoning.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a nice